Welcome to this weekly macro and strategy update. Today, we'd like to summarize our economic outlook for 2021. While not wanting to go into too much details, two main points are worth highlighting. First, the economic rebound next year is likely to be strong. Looking back into 2020, more than 85% of countries record real GDP growth rates in negative territory. But the current crisis, and this is a main difference compared to the Great Recession 10 years ago, does not include a banking crisis, and there is no crunch in global credit markets. Given the nature of the current shock, a health crisis, and with very encouraging recent news on the efficacy of a vaccine, an earlier and more decisive recovery in 2021 might become realistic. Indeed, next year, more than 90% of economies are likely to show positive growth rates, including a strong recovery in the US and in Europe. In the short term, a positive outlier in the global recovery remains China, given that it does not face the same combination of rising infections and increasing restrictions. A second main point is the swift, aggressive economic policy response implemented during the crisis. This is a second major difference compared to the previous global downturn. This year alone, major central banks injected more than $7 trillion US, just shy of 10% of world GDP, into the economy. Also, more than 20 emerging central banks, for the first time ever, proceeded with asset purchase programs, or QE. For us, very accommodative monetary policy is likely to continue, and interest rates will remain anchored near zero in major economies. In tandem to this monetary stimulus, the fiscal response of more than $12 trillion US, corresponding to 15% of world GDP this year alone, is likely to bolster activity. To sum up, while short-term bumps in the road exist, especially in Europe and the US, where new restrictive measures are hindering social and economic activity, the economic outlook looks encouraging next year. Risks to the outlook depend on factors related to public health, whereby recent news are encouraging regarding a vaccine, but could nevertheless disappoint. We are also reminded that on a global scale, sovereign debt is at historically high levels and remains a challenge for current and future policymakers. Thank you for your attention and have a nice week.